know a lot of you guys may have wanted to paint at some point in your life, but maybe you didn't feel the confidence, or maybe you felt like you had to be born with this crazy gift. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. I'm here to show you that's not true. And that painting is just another way to express yourself. It's a way to bring your feelings to the surface, give them new physical form, and help you understand yourself on a deeper level. I don't paint traditionally at all. I'm not traditionally trained or anything like that. I'm really just doing what I feel. I'm going to be using a flat brush to start and some CAD red. I have a vision in my head. The goal is going to be like a flower boy, girl, flower person, if you will. I'm going to start. Actually, I want to use my hands. I think that'd be more fun and fluid. I'm going to start with the flower. And then I'm going to build the face around it. Again, I don't really know exactly what I'm doing, but I see the picture in my head, and that's how I start most of my paintings. I just see something in my head that I want to bring to my life, or bring into the real world. It doesn't have to be something that actually exists. It typically isn't. I love flowers. They are a big influence in my art because I feel like they're otherworldly creations. Going in with some white, I'm just adding that on top as a highlighter. And this, if you didn't know, will change your whole way of painting. It's all about layering. And acrylic dries really fast, so I work pretty fast. One thing I really like about acrylics is that you can manipulate it pretty easily. So now I'm going to go in with my flat brush and kind of create the shape a little bit more that I'm looking for. There's already enough paint on there, and as you can see, it's dripping. But, I don't really mind a dripping effect. It's never hurt nobody. So, yeah, I'm going to, maybe take some paint off there, go in with my water, which you can't see, but it's literally dripping so much. I don't really mind it. And yeah, we're just going to kind of make the flower to where I'm pleased with it. I'm going to add some white. You want to add white, not on the whole thing, maybe on half of it, the part that you're adding white to. You see how there's that pink right there? That's what we want, because obviously a flower isn't just one color. And I'm kind of leaving this circle in the middle because I want that to be the nose, essentially. Just be present. That's something that I really struggle with, I would say. With painting, it's one of the few chances that you get to really just zone out and be yourself. This is way bigger than I imagined in my head. So what I'm going to do, I think, is take some water, which see off camera. I got some water on my hand, it's dripping. What I'm trying to go for is a person and then having a flower coming out of their nose, the petals coming over their face. So my hands are literally a mess. That's okay. That's why there's space on the canvas to just kind of wipe them off. I always do this. It just adds dimension to the piece. I don't like wasting paint. Van Dyke Brown. I'm going to put some on my palette. Typically use the same brush for everything, which again, I'm not traditionally trained, so I just do what I want here. I'm gonna carve out the face that I'm seeing. And the neck. And that's kind of my vibe here. I want the nose to be the center, sketching what you want the image to look like. Some would call it an underlayer, but I think it would be cool to kind of have the mouth coming on the sides. So yeah, I'm gonna do Something like this. Let that dry a bit. For some reason I'm seeing like bluish purple as the nose. Go in with some cobalt blue. It's like my favorite color, honestly. Right there. Mix it with some red. The red that I use is always cadmium red. I just like the hue of pink that it makes, and I use a lot of pink in my work, as you can see in the back piece. So we're gonna take some blue. Hope you can see. Get a little closer. Take some blue, take some red, and just kind of like my palette looks like this because I just don't really care when I'm painting. Like, this is the one time I have to not care about how things should look, how things should be. Like, this is my world. I'm just painting half the nose, kind of creating a circle. But you see, I didn't paint the whole nose. I left like a crescent almost. Oop, now it's bigger. Alright, adding the white right there creates that like three-dimensional effect, because nothing again is one color. Like, everything has shading. I kind of just add colors until I feel like it's coming off the canvas. Just another fun fact about how I paint. I used to wear glasses. I do own glasses. I just don't like wearing them. It's a weird phenomenon. I can't explain it. But because my vision is so bad, it does affect how I paint. I think the way that I paint, the reason it's so unrealistic is genuinely because I can't see every day. I kind of like how whimsical the world feels when it's not 100% clear. But when it comes to like watching movies, reading, stuff like that, I will wear my glasses. So anyway, that is going to be the nose right there. I'm going to do the mouth, and then I'm going to do the petals on top. The petals will be kind of the last thing. Is there literally paint in here? To make sure everything was dry. I want the eye to kind of be coming out of the petal. Not out of the petal, out of this ball right here. I don't know what shape I want it yet. I kind of want it like similar to the shape of the petal. I'm going to do something like that. Something like that I'm cool with. Gonna make the shape on this side as well. Let's do that. So now I'm just blending again half of it, leaving the other half open so that I can blend some white on top, and it will be a little bit more three-dimensional, letting your hand do all the work. Yes, you should be using your mind to guide you and show you what you want, or remind you, I guess, what you're trying to bring to life, but it's more fun and fluid when you allow your hand to kind of just take the wheel. And if something doesn't end up perfect, it wasn't meant to be. This isn't exactly how I imagined it, but I just go with it. I'm really not a perfectionist. I mean, I am, because I know how I want something to look, but I'm not perfectionist in the sense where I won't stop if it doesn't look a certain way. Like, as long as it gets my point across, I'm good. This one is way bigger than that one. There's nothing alike. That's a common theme in my paintings, just because that's just what it is. That one wanted to be larger than the other. Unrealistic type eyes. You can do this last also. It doesn't really matter. Creating art of any form is super rewarding because you're always going to have a result. And I think there are things in life like relationships, going to the gym, work, whatever it may be, something that you're like craving a result from, and you don't always get the result that you want. Sometimes you don't even get a result at all. When it comes to art, as long as you finish whatever you're working on, and when I say finish, I mean like finish to your standard, you're gonna have a result no matter what. So that's really nice, and that's why I like painting. because I went into this with a blank canvas, nothing was on it, and we're halfway there. So boom, we got the eyes, we got the nose. The eyes are not finished. What I probably will do when I'm done is add some detail, add some more fine lines with a Sharpie, maybe a marker, a smaller brush going with black and just define them more, but for now, that's good enough. I'm still not sure what color I want the petals to be, but I am sure that I want my lips to be red. Since I've been a kid, I've always just painted a red lip because something in my brain puts red and lips together. No other color does a lip need to be other than red. And what I'm doing is just going in with some, again, cadmium red, white that is super mixed in with pink, and then that purple that I created with the cobalt blue mixed with the cadmium red. I'm just layering it, shading, texture, all of that is your friend right now because we want it to feel like you can just take it right off the canvas, grab it. And yeah, again, you just want to create lines and textures that you see in the real world, that you see on your own face, that you see on other people's face. So I'm going to take the cobalt blue and I'm going to redraw that petal right there. I'm going to go over the eye. Remember, that's why I painted it first, was to paint over it, but have it poking out. Go over here and do the same. Over the eye a little. And on this side, as you can see, this is too much white, so I'm going to go in with more blue right here, but first I'm just going to go over here. Again, too much white, we'll fix it, it's fine. There's like too much paint on my brush. Just bring some over here. I think what I'm going to do too is add this color into this petal, and maybe a little line that is this color just to bring it all together, because it does look like too abrupt of a color switch. Sometimes it takes like the first couple sections before you like, okay, this is how I need to be doing it. Brown and some yellow. I'm focused on creating some dimension. I could definitely elaborate on the skin tone and get it closer to how I want it. I think for now, I'm just gonna kind of work with it and move on. I really want to add some hair, and I think the hair that I want is going to be braids, like cornrows. So for that, we're just gonna add like little lumps, like right there. And they're gonna be pinkish, but you know, pinkish red, I guess. And probably one more over here. I don't know why this, like, the face is kind of giving me George Condo vibes, but that was definitely unintentional. And I'm gonna bring some red, like some lines right here, down here. You know how cornrows are. There's some right here. And then like two over here as well. Going in with some white. We're just gonna do what we've been doing, giving it some dimension. Doing that to all of the little corners. rows. And then with either black paint or a pen or Sharpie, I'm gonna give that stitch detailing at the end once it's dry, so that it does look like a braid. I really love painting cornrows. I don't know why. Probably because it's like one of my favorite styles. If I didn't have locks, I would probably always have my hair in really long cornrows. That's that, and you know, obviously you're not like bald in between. Unless you are, that's kind of cool too. But we're going to add some hair right in between, just a little bit. So we're going to take some Cad Red and just add a little bit of hair. I'm also probably going to redo this because I feel like it's a little too translucent. And then, yeah, that's pretty good. We're going to go in with some white. Do the same, well, like the same color, same vibe. So this looks like, and again with like black marker, black Sharpie, we'll add like the hair detailing so it looks a little bit more textured. What I don't love about this piece is the fact that this pink undertone that we did with the petals is kind of mixing in with the hair and all that. So I'm going to add a new color. I think I want the background to either be white, that would be a little bit off-white. So taking this pure bristle flat brush, it's a little bit bigger than what I did, I'm going to take some of this yellow. Okay, using my hands, we're going to spread that out because I really don't want drips right now. Thin layers of yellow. And I'm going to go in with white over it. I just want this to be a bit more off-white than pure white. Here's my shirt. Let's kind of get that off the petals. We're going to add some more white and go over it. We're going to do it a little bit thicker than what I was doing with the yellow so that it's a little bit more opaque. I find that when I do backgrounds, I almost prefer when it's more textured than not because it just adds like way more dimension and it looks intentional. Like it looks like I took a lot of time with the background when I really, as you can see, took little to no time, very minimal effort. Keep going. I usually don't do paintings this simple, and it takes me months at a time to finish one piece because I'm just adding all this stuff and wanting to experience different things throughout the painting so that I can apply them to the painting. And what I mean by different things, like different things in my real everyday life. I love it when my painting is like a time period or an era that I experienced and I can go back and remember what I was going through. So I like taking months on one piece. Like I've been painting this piece in the back all year and my progress haven't really gone far, but I don't really mind that because it's not like I haven't been creating at all. I just don't feel super called to add to that piece yet, and when I do, I will. So I wanted to zoom in because I'm going to work on the cornrows, but we just want to add some detail there. And, you know, I said it was cornrows, but this is a dream world, so it can be whatever it looks like. Little horns, doesn't really matter. It's like bubble gum. I don't know, a lot of the stuff that I paint, whenever I'm using pink, reminds me a lot of bubblegum. It's probably like my third time going over it. And I'm not trying to clean up the lines so much. I'm just trying to give it that oomph. When you look at it, your eyes are drawn to this first. Part of what's really fun about painting and finding your art style is knowing what you're capable of. When you start to gain confidence when it comes to creating. So I know that I can make this pop more, and that's why I'm not stopping, and I'm just keep going in because I know what I've made flowers look like in the past. I want this to look like either bangs. I want this to look like braids. Same on this one. Or I don't typically always use Sharpie on my paintings, only when I'm trying to get minor details. I did want to add some purple in the middle of them. That's what I wanted to do, and I forgot. I wanted to add this so that it could look like it's attached to that circle, just the nose. Doesn't look too random. This flower. Sometimes that extra black just creates a shadow that makes it look a little bit more three-dimensional. Moving to the lips, definitely want to add some detail here. Alright everybody, so it's definitely raining. It's a bit darker in here, which goes to show how long I've been doing this. Hours and hours. But here's the final product. Say hello to my face flower petal person. Love it. And honestly, it's exactly what I imagined, except like there are a couple different aspects to it. But I still love it. Follow me on Instagram at Nia T. I don't even know what else to say. I guess there's not really much to say. Peace, love, and paint. That's what the world needs. Those three things.